Now it is also my distinct pleasure to introduce to you the valedictorian of the class of 2026, Raymond Justin Shu.
Good morning to our parents, our faculty, our family, our friends, and my peers in the class of 2026. Before I start, I just want to say how honored I am to be asked to deliver valedictory remarks today. I'm Raymond Ju, but most of you know me as the annoying kid who keeps posting random things on random Schoology pages, and the kid who is not Michael's brother. Yet, you probably don't know my other side as the young toddler who would lie on fresh-cut grass with his dad and stare into the night sky with wonder. I tried to count the stars one by one. My dad is a very patient man, but every time I got to around star 40, I'd hear him quietly whispering in Shanghainese, "When will he stop?" For most of my childhood, the plan was simple. I'd be the first kid in space. It survived until I learned NASA does not accept astronauts under the age of 26, a cruel cutoff for a 5-year-old. Since I couldn't ride rockets, I decided the next best thing was to learn to build them. And having watched the Panasonic Design Challenge demo at Delbarton's open house, I decided that here I belong. Though at first I was disappointed that I traded jetpacks with nitrogen thrusters for polos that Mr. Rubling insists I tuck in, and though I'm still just as bad at running as I was when I first threw up on our cross-country course, I found Delbarton the only launch pad I ever needed. When I first entered in 7th grade, we were a tight-knit community of 38. Dr. Cote once told me it was actually supposed to be 36, but turns out too many of us loved Delbarton and said yes to our admissions offers. After 2 great years of bonding later, 9th grade hit, and we had our own little Big Bang as our numbers expanded to 145. I tried to count the stars again, and just like at age 5, I got to about 40 before I gave up. Yet, as the cosmic dust settled into its own little solar system of teams and lunch tables, I learned from Mr. Dittrich that reactions require activation energies, and that my activation energy is 2 espressos and an impending deadline. From Ms. York, that je ne sais quoi, in English I don't know, is not an acceptable answer for my French exams. From Mr. Steele, that Coulomb is the unit to measure charge. From Mr. Thompson, that if you assign 40 pages a night of reading, the cosmos will not intervene to stop you. And from Mr. Diffley, that great civilizations eventually falter, where they explode as a supernova or collapse into dwarfs, just like my grade every time I received a paperback. For all the wonderful experiences that our classes brought, my favorite moments happened in orbit on Neptune and Pluto, in robotics and debate. Whether it was getting pizza ordered to the STEM lab, despite Mr. Thoreau having already told us that pizza grease and M4 screws do not belong together, or getting stuck with the debate team in Chicago O'Hare overnight, where we had to sleep on chairs in the terminal and get woken up by the fire alarm at 4 a.m. Yes, that's a real story. Ask Mike Aiello if you don't believe me. Or Ms. Gormley, who was ardently entertained by American Airlines' refusal to rebook our flights. For those memories and for more, I want to offer a sincere thanks to each and every one of you. To Josh Pironi for his expert movie critiques and the definitely not boring films that he made everyone watch. To Neil, Sean, and Matt for joining me in getting sunburned during 20-mile hikes under the scorching summer sun, and especially to my classmates in gym class who supported me despite my initial inability to complete a single push-up. I know my words are the only thing separating my classmates from the fountain, so I'll keep it short. At the risk of the most predictable ending possible. As we look up today into the sky, the sun shines brightly, drowning out every other star, even though they're still in the sky during the day as during the night. The adult world will be just as bright and almost as good at washing out the things that matter the most. the people in this room that got us here. Let's not let it. Let's look up every once in a while, count the stars that blessed us and brought us here, and this time, we don't have to stop at 40. Class of 2026, green wave till I die.